And we're back. The next game is We Never Left. On a dark and stormy night in 1983, the phone rings. Finish the game. Okay, so I can move around a little bit with the mouse. Doesn't seem to help. Well, this reminds me of Stories Untold, which itself is a game that reminds me of Dread X. This game has some good presentation so far. Some banger music.
Please leave your message after the tone.
Hello, this is William, and you don't know me, but your cousin Michael works for me at Closter Studios, and he has not shown up to work at all this week, and nobody in the office has heard from him. So, of course, I stopped by his house to see if he was okay, and his car was in the driveway, and I swear I thought I saw someone walk by the attic window, but nobody answered the door. But I did find a note on the door, which is why I'm calling you. And it just has your name, number, and a message that says, finish the game. So, Michael's known around the office for being a little bit off, but this is strange, like really strange even for him. And, as I'm sure you know, he typically keeps very to himself, but he has talked a little about you and how you guys used to write the Choose Your Own Adventure stories together. So, I hope you know what this all means, and of course, I hope Michael is okay, but we really need to get in touch with him. So, when you get in touch with him, please tell him to call us at the office. Okay, thanks so much, bye-bye.
Zero out of 10, can't relate. Because he smokes. Michael gave me this house key years ago. I don't know why, but he insisted I keep it. We haven't spoken in years. Ugh, some rough movement. I should get some lights on in here. If I want to listen, I'll need something to play this on. What about the cassette tape that's right there? Is that not a cassette player? Read, right click, or put it back with left click. March 28th, 1983. Dr. Miller says I'm using the journal wrong. She says I need to get out my emotions and my anxieties. I'm not disturbed, I'm just passionate. She doesn't get it. Nobody gets it. I'm on the verge of creating the next evolution of horror entertainment for people, and people are just saying my brain is fucked up for having these horrid thoughts. It's not like I think that way personally. Is Dario Argento sadistic because he's directed a movie where dancers are getting sacrificed to a cult? No, people call him a genius. How is what I'm doing any different? I'm making a character. April 2nd, 1983. Multimedia. That's the key. I've figured it out, and I like where this is going. I've got a plan in place. I just need to execute. Stop making excuses and execute. Everyone's going to see that I'm a real artist. This game is going to be different than anyone has ever seen. My magnum opus. Yes, that was a Notes and Goats reference. And how could I not? Okay, why is that so important that I need to look at it? So again, maybe I should probably explain, like maybe to the viewers, it's pretty easy to see in here. And I can kind of see. Like it's not so black that I can't see anything, but it is kind of hard to see. The reason is because I have a light source right here that's shining light in my face so that you can see my face. Because this is shining light at me, so it's creating a glare. And if I turn it off, then you can't really see me. And if the filters were on, then you would just see a big shadow on my face. So that's why I have the light. So the glare compounds the darkness and makes it worse. Tick. So I have two keys in the keymaster. I'm a keymaster without a gatekeeper. Photograph of an old house that I can't fucking see. Is there not a light switch in this house? Okay, but what about for this area? Does the, is this a pool table or a dining table? Because I can't tell if it's fruit or billiard balls. Does the dining room not have a light switch? That light is on. What? Blindly fumbling around at the speed of sound. Doors buttered up. It's too dark to see anything. Okay. And it's still dark in here. What the fuck? Oh, now I can see the light switch. Okay, so yeah, that's a dining table. Those are pears. And grapes and apples. So now I can actually see this stuff. Photograph. Picture of a living room. Oh, what's that flavor text? A picture of a living room. Never seen this place before. Looks like it's only lit with a camera flash. If I want to listen, I'll need something to play this on. Yet I can't take it with me. That's not a game console, it's a TV. That's a game console. February 7th, 1983. Dr. Miller has suggested that I start writing my thoughts into a journal. According to her, it can help me sort through my more difficult thoughts. I hate that term, difficult thoughts. I don't think wanting to create my best work is something to be thought of as difficult. Maybe I'll stick to it, but I don't really see that happening. February 8th, 1983. I just got back home from work, and I'm so sick of being there. No one understands my vision. I thought when I decided to work in computer games that I would be able to stretch my legs a bit and finally bring my art to the world. But no, they're all so tame. They say that my ideas are too dark. It's not too dark, it's horror. There's a difference. They want to make games about dragons and knights and fucking fantasy quests. I frankly don't care about saving some princess. It's shallow. According to them, horror isn't marketable. We need to meet our quotas. No one will want to play something this twisted. Screw them. I'll do it myself. Okay, but the VHS? If he was in danger, why wouldn't he call? I'm thinking that the only reason I could even see in there is because I turned the brightness all the way up. And turned up the contrast a little bit too. So thank you for including that option. Another cassette tape that I can't listen to. Like, what, you're only going to let me listen to it if I get a Walkman? Turn on all of the lights. Picture of a woman reading in her living room from an outside window. Who's taking this picture? This could come in handy. How to play text games. 1. Keep your phrases simple. 2. Some commonly used commands are examine and go to, followed by your target. Hopefully I can use X and go. While these are by far not your only commands, they may help if you are unsure what to do. Example, go to the door. You must specify if you'd like to use an item on something by typing your desired action followed by the object in the item. This format is action object with item. Example, unlock the door with the key. Do not use punctuation in your commands. If you feel you've completed the task in an area, you can always type go back. I have a key. Is this some sort of clue? Why is it written front and back? Front says, have you been seeing everything you need? Or back says, have you been missing something? But, okay, so 10 to the power 3 is 1,000. There's 1,000 possible combinations here. I could brute force this. Goes at 280. Whoops. I didn't mean to. If I can find a single number, then I can brute force it a lot faster. Because then it's like 300 combinations. Okay, let's see. Please insert a data storage device. No. Less inconvenient. Another journal entry. April 20th, 1983. Hey, it's 4:20. Everything is in place. I haven't slept in days, but this is going to be worth every second of exhaustion. I keep getting calls from work asking where I've been. I don't see the point in answering. They never understood. So why would they start now? I'm about to make a better game than any of those assholes could ever imagine. There were a lot of risks involved. But this is some really good stuff. Time to create true horror. April 25th, 1983. I've picked up my playtester. I needed someone special, someone who I feel that if anyone would understand the importance of what I'm doing. He didn't like my ideas much when we were just writing stories, but I've matured. I know how to execute. Everything is perfect. I found the tape player. So now I can play some music. Where is the other one?
And recording. Okay, this is Dr. Miller. It's currently February 12th, 1983, and I'm talking with Michael Krieger, age 33.
32.
Right, sorry, age 32. How are you feeling today, Michael?
I mean, I've been worse.
Been up to anything exciting?
No, not really. I've been watching a lot of movies, but that's about it.
Oh, what movies?
Mostly horror movies.
Oh, I can't watch those. I'm a bit too jumpy. Why horror movies?
I guess the feeling I'm trying to get. It's like I'm so numb. Maybe if I find the right movie, it'll make me feel something, but it's like none of them are enough.
I can see how that can be frustrating.
Yeah.
Have you, been writing in a journal like I suggested?
Oh, yeah. I actually think I'm taking to it a bit more than I expected.
Well, that's great to hear. Is there a reason you've had a change of heart about it? I know you weren't super thrilled last time we talked.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I found a use for it.
Well, that's really great to hear. So, I did want to ask about where we left off last. I know you don't like to talk about it, but are you having any more thoughts of hurting others, hurting yourself?
Listen, I know what I wrote on the papers. It sounds bad, but it's more fantasy than anything. It's not like I'm planning on doing anything. They're just stories.
I understand that, but if they continue coming to mind, then...
I promise I'm okay.
Okay.
Didn't I grab every key? It is at this point that walking is unbearably slow because I'm trying to get to this cassette tape.
We are recording. This is Dr. Miller. It is March 20th, 1983, and I'm speaking with Michael Krieger, age 32. How are you doing today, Michael?
Actually, I'm doing pretty good.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I think I've got something figured out.
What do you mean by that?
Like, you remember last session how I talked about feeling stuck? I think I found a way out.
Oh, and how's that?
I decided to make my own game. Something that no one in the company would understand. It's gonna be amazing.
And what does everyone at work think about this?
I haven't gone in a few days.
And why is that?
I feel stifled there. Yeah, I go back, but I need this time to work on my work. I need to focus on this one thing.
Well, I'm glad you found something, but please remember you need to take care of yourself too.
I know. Trust me, this is all gonna be great.
Well, it's great that you found something.
Don't I know it?
And are you still writing in that journal?
Oh, yeah.
Would I be allowed to see it?
Not just yet. It's not quite finished yet.
Finished?
Yeah, it's not done.
I'm not sure what you mean. The journal isn't exactly something you finish. It's more like a continuous stream of thought.
I know. Just I'll let you look soon. Okay?
Okay. back to that later, okay?
Okay.
Oh, there it is. Okay. So I can't do anything with the computer because I'm lacking a hard drive or perhaps a floppy disk. I can't do anything with this as I lack the key, apparently. So that just leaves this. Watch it, rotate ship, fire missile, right clicks. Okay, so let me just stay in place. I'm just gonna keep going until I die or something happens. We're actually approaching the limit here, because if this is really an Atari, then it shouldn't be able to count higher than 255. Oh. Ah. No. I think I'm good with 400. It was really boring before the second star. Mayhaps this open now. Where is my inventory? Is there a particular date that's important to this guy? I'd really rather not brute force that combination if possible. Well, I have no choice then, because going to the computer, it just says this. Please insert a data storage device. Back to the grind. It's 460 something. Yeah, I brute forced it. I couldn't find any numbers or clues to what the combination could be. Here's your data storage device. What another one of Michael's games. Is this what he was talking about? Massacre, 1983. You feel heavy with both the weight of your cargo and your conscience as your bare toes grazed the asphalt beneath you. Through your worn shoes, you marched onward. You knew exactly where to go next. The axe you lugged behind you made a screeching noise as the metal grinded across the street. You arrive at your destination, the old Miller house. a quaint, rustic home with 2 floors. There's a door directly in front of you. Beside you on your left is an old car. To your right, a path to the backyard. Okay, so it understands X. Hello? Can't type. Do I really have to type the whole thing? Have you ever programmed a text adventure, bro? It's an old and rusted sedan. There's a story to this car that you can't quite put your finger on. The smell is one of old scrapyards and metalwork. You look through the window. The keys are sitting inside. Take keys. Hello? 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 Use axe window. Use axe on window. Take keys. Like I'd be using HTML. In a text adventure from the 1980s? No. No. Okay, go back. You feel heavy with both the weight of your cargo and your consciousness. Okay. Go yard. Go backyard. Go to back yard. What? Look yard. Go backyard in one word. Look backyard. I can't go to the backyard. Use key door. Use key on door. You look door. Look. Examine. You approach the front door. It's a beautiful shade of red. The architecture sets the scene perfectly. What's happening feels like a true moment. None of the keys seem to fit the lock. Open door. Door is locked. Examine yard. Examine back. Examine axe. Examine car. Go back. Okay, so I can't do anything with the backyard. Oh, just for completeness sake, let's 6, 4, 4. So go yard doesn't work, but go back yard also doesn't work. Yeah, if you ever design a text adventure game, never do that. You need to have your core grammar. So what you do is you split the user response into tokens, and you have several words that you recognize. So you want to start with a verb and then a noun. And it's really that simple. So you'll have a verb list and a noun list. So say you do like, you have your verbs. One of them is look, but you could also have L or X for examine. And then you can decide on these verbs which of them take arguments and which ones do not. So like N does not take an argument because you're just telling them to go north. So that'd be a synonym for go north. But then you have like go, which takes one argument, which is a noun. And if it's a place that is valid to go based on where you're at, then you go load a new room in. If it's something like use, then you would parse the first noun, see if it's valid, and then see if there is only one reasonable action for it to be done on. So, for example, say you're at a door and the key is for that door, then you could just say use key, and then it'll fill in the door. But if it's not obvious, because maybe there are multiple valid nouns that the object could be used on, then you'd have to take the second argument. And then, if it's unclear, if there's ambiguity, then you reply, it's unclear what you want me to do. And then, for all the other words, you just ignore them. So, like if it says, hi, I want you to use the key on the door, then you just ignore all of that. You're just looking for verbs and nouns. So you split the string into tokens, to words, and then you match each of them against your verb list and your noun list. And that's basically how to write a basic text adventure parser. And this guy clearly did not do that. And for some reason, words like to, of, with are significant when they shouldn't be. They should just be ignored. And now you know how to make a text adventure. You move quietly to the backyard. It's not as spacious as you would have thought, but the grass is trimmed perfectly. The patio is dimly lit by, that's not how you spell dimly, it's one M, by a dying light fixture. The back door sits at the end of a short stone path. Go to door. You approach the back door. It's a flimsy screen door that stands in front of a more sturdy wooden one. Open door. The back door is locked. Use key, door. Use key, on, door. See, on. It's a grammar word. Oh, okay. Looks like the computer tripped a circuit. There's got to be a breaker box somewhere. I have a flashlight. This whole time I had a flashlight, and you didn't use it. Wow. Tea kettle. I need to put it back on the floor. This guy's a sim. They don't throw their food in the trash or put their plate in the sink. They just drop it on the floor where they're standing. How is the computer back where I was? Okay, whatever. You step into the house, it feels almost like home. It's such a nostalgic structure. You could almost feel the lives that were created and lost by this house. And you want to be a part of that story. You crave to be a part of that story. Directly in front of you stands a staircase leading upstairs. To your immediate left is a small kitchen. Further onward, you can see the living room. Go upstairs. You creep slowly on the stairs. You try with every ounce of willpower you can muster not to let your axe bump up the stairs. The smile on your face is almost painful. The excitement is unbearable. You shake in eagerness. Up the stairs you see only a straight path to a bedroom. Go to the bedroom. You sneak to the bedroom. I'm just going to check. I mean, there's no stairs to lead here, but, that's the trope. You sneak to the bedroom door. It's cracked open ever so slightly. You can feel the mild breeze of running from inside. This is your time. Okay. Open door. Walking inside, you step. It's like it wasn't highlighted. Walking inside, you step with such care not to make any spots on the floor creak. You see an elderly couple laying in bed. They look so at peace. The man sleeps comically with his mouth hanging open. The woman lays flat on her stomach. You want to look closer. You approach the bed. You can see the man's chest rise up and down so slowly. So slowly. It's your time. Use axe. You raise the axe up above your head. You remember it being heavier. This feels right. Yeah, I don't think people would generally be receptive of a game where you play a serial killer murdering people. It's not about it being dark. It's about it's kind of tasteless gore. Then again, Dead by Daylight exists. Okay, how come there's knocking? Okay, raise axe above your head. Remember it being heavier. This feels right. You grip the base of the wooden handle with the greatest of care before flinging the metal wedge down on the man's stomach. His eyes jolt open as he flings himself for a moment, trying to sit upright. Your smile hurts. The woman wakes up immediately. She's clearly distraught but is unable to make a sound. Her husband is still alive, choking on his own blood. You walk up to the woman slowly. She's so helpless. You raise the axe over your head with the same care and thrust it down between the woman's eyes. Her warm blood spatters your face. This feeling, you could bathe in it. It's a rush in the likes of which you've never had experience. This is your family now. You're a part of this story. The man stops choking. Whoops, I didn't mean to leave. To be continued. Okay. I guess that's what the knocking was then. Maybe the ceiling is up. Nope. There's no key. Is there perhaps a different game? Okay. At the doormat. Oh.
This is Dr. Miller. I'm speaking with Michael Krieger, age 32. It is April 16th, 1983. How have you been doing, Michael? I asked, how are you?
Don't act like you care.
I'm sorry, I'm not sure where this is coming from.
I found the thing that makes me feel better. And you tell me it's wrong.
Michael, I understand your frustration, but this project you're working on seems unhealthy. I understand you're passionate about this horror game, but some of the things you're writing seem sadistic, and I think it would be best if we...
Don't you dare tell me what's best for me, you fucking bitch!
I think we should take a step back and...
No, I'm done with this. I found what makes me feel better, and I'm gonna stick with it. I'm about to create a masterpiece in gaming. Hell, I'm creating a masterpiece of any art form. Why would you want to take that away from me?
I'm sorry, Michael, but I don't think this is good for you.
Don't pretend like you know what's good for me. You know I've spent my whole life just wanting to create
I just want so bad to let the world know what's going on inside my brain, and I finally found the message I want to send. I'm gonna be the horror auteur of the fucking millennium. Do you know what it's like to be told your entire life that your ideas are shit? It's too dark. It's disturbed. It's not. It's art. And I'm ready to show the world what my art can be.
So, is like the therapist stalking me? Because like, it would make sense that she would have access to that tape. But then she'd also be like providing the game to say, look at how disturbed this guy is. You shouldn't be hanging out with him. Or house sitting. Am I house sitting the guy's house or am I in my house? I don't think that was made clear. Your trek along the road in the dead of night. The cold air fills your lungs as you creep onward. A trail of blood streaks behind you like the slime of a snail. You can't shake the grin on your face. The axe you drag behind you makes a clinking sound as it hits the concrete with every one of your steps. It's the most beautiful rhythm you've ever heard. You come upon an all-too-familiar home, a single-level house with an attic for storage. So many hours spent inside. Work, work, work. Never enough. However, this house is not empty. He's here. To your left is an unfamiliar car. Looking ahead, you see the front door. And look at car. You approach the car. It's nicer than yours, and you hate it. The interior is clean and put together. You're such a slob. Disgusting. The tires look freshly pumped full of air. Okay, slash tires. Use axe on tires. You thrust the wedge of the axe into the car's tire. They let out a satisfying pop and hiss. He's not going anywhere. Okay, I'll look at car. Go back. Go to car. Go back. Unfamiliar car, and you see the front door. Go to door. You walk to the front door. It's been left unlocked. You know that he's distracted inside. Open door. You step inside the living room. You stand inside for a moment and allow the memories to flood back. It's horrid. To your right is the laundry room. Further in front of you is the dining room. To your left is a hallway. So let's see if there's an axe murderer. Okay, go to laundry. You step through the doorway into the laundry room. The smell of detergent fills your nose. More laundry will need to be done soon enough. In front of you is the coffee room. Behind you is the living room. Go to coffee. Go to room. Go to coffee room. The coffee room is so quaint, a small box of a room with a table and chairs. It's made to relax. Behind you is the laundry room. Beside you sits the circuit breaker. In front of you is the kitchen. Use axe on breaker. Use axe on circuit. Look at circuit. Look at breaker. Look at circuit breaker. Guess I can't do anything with it. Look at breaker. Look at circuit breaker. Go to kitchen. The kitchen is just as you remembered. It feels so nostalgic. So many hours spent reheating frozen TV dinners. Ahead of you is the dining room. Behind you is the coffee room. To your right is the garage door. Use axe. Look at garage. You stand in front of the garage door. The wood boards you had added still stand sturdy against the wall. Maybe it's time for him to see. Ahead of you is the dining room. Behind you is the coffee room. Use axe on garage. Use axe on boards. You put your force into a great swing. The boards split by your hand. The garage is open. Come and see. Yep. Could the old man and woman have been the therapist and her husband? Michael's cat, Sabrina, her entrails are splayed out on the hood of his car. I feel sick. I got the attic key. Whoa, whoa! How the hell? Yeah, go play.
Hello, this is Michael Krieger, age 32. And today we're speaking with, drumroll please, Dr. Miller. How are you feeling today, Doctor? Oh, Dr. Miller seems to be a bit shy at the moment, but I'm sure she'll warm up once she gets settled at the house. Her husband, on the other hand, he's being a bit more difficult. The game is almost ready to go. I just need a few more participants to act as props, and then everything will be set up perfectly. I know we haven't talked for some years now, but knowing my playtester, he'll be here as soon as word gets out that I'm gone. Someone should come looking for me soon enough. I should probably put that note out. And hey, if you're listening to this, I really want to thank you for everything. I know you're probably a bit freaked out right now, but I wouldn't be doing my job if you weren't. I just know that of anyone, you'd understand the importance of what I'm doing. Now I know you weren't a fan of my ideas when we were kids, but I can only assume you've matured since then, right? What am I saying? I know you'll understand. Okay, I need to get this finished up. You are in for a treat. Goodbye.
I guess I can't go back down. Okay. So I should have my full journal then, huh? Yep. Okay. Why am I getting stuck on this light bulb? You step into the living room. You can feel every moment of anticipation rush past you as you become aware that you're creating your masterpiece. You are a true artist in every sense of the word. To your left is the hallway. To your immediate right is the laundry room. And to ahead and to the right is the dining room. You step into the hallway. The carpet is dull. The walls are bland. To your left is the bathroom. Ahead and to your right is the bedroom. Directly in front of you is the ladder to the attic. Behind you is the living room. Go to attic. You shouldn't go up yet. You need to make this just right. Set the scene. Dim the lights. The hallway is behind you. Go back. Go to... Oh, wait. You step into the hallway. The carpet is dull. The walls are bland. To your left is the bathroom. To your right is the bedroom. Directly in front of you is the ladder to the attic. Go to living. Go to living room. You step into the living room. You can feel every moment of anticipation rush past you as you become aware. Okay, Robert, at this moment too. Hallway. To your immediate right is the laundry room. Go to laundry. You step through the doorway into the laundry room. The smell of detergent fills your nose. Go to coffee room. So you switch to the circuit breaker. Use axe on breaker. Good. Look at circuit space breaker. What the fuck? Why would you make it so much harder for yourself? Like, I can only imagine that he must have hard-coded a bunch of phrases and like little variations of them with different verbs. Because having a two-word noun just does not make sense in a text adventure. Because then you're having to take two tokens and decide that they are actually part of the same noun. That is so much more complex than just having a single word, putting them in one word, or choosing several words of that and abbreviations of those words to act as individual nouns in your noun list that will match up to that one item. Flip switch. There we go. You flip the switch, there's a metallic click before the world it becomes drenched in darkness. Everything is perfect. The laundry room is to your immediately right. Behind you is the kitchen. And somehow the computer is still on. Go to laundry. Go to living room. Go to hallway. Go to attic. You step slowly up the attic's ladder, one foot in front of the other, each step making a subtle creaking sound. You pull yourself up using the axe for leverage. All around you are your past works. None have held the same feeling as this. This is special. Directly opposite of you across the room is the man at the computer. You want to get closer. Oh, I can't get up. Go. Get closer. You step ever so closer to the man. He appears to be sweating, shaking. You know you've done it. This is your magnum opus. You feel your chest tighten with excitement. You've never felt this way in your life. It's addicting. You stand in the center of the attic. The man is still in front of you. You want to get closer. You take another step closer. The man's posture is tightened. You can almost see the hairs on the back of his neck stand on end. He's so pure, so helpless. Your mouth waters. You stand a step away from the man. You want to get closer. Kind of a meaningless experience if they die, right? You step forward until you nearly bump into the man's seat. Your smile hurts so badly you grip your axe so tightly that your hands begin to burn. You've never felt more alive. You try your best to contain yourself, but you're verging on animalistic. It's euphoria. You're so sure. You can feel your hot breath on his neck. You are an artistic genius. You stand right behind the man. Say hi. Shake his hand. Tell him. Ask about the weather. Leave. Go back. Get closer. Fine. You lift the axe ever so carefully over your head. Now, why would the person at the computer go through with this? You think to yourself, we never left. If he wants to set the scene so perfectly, then you could just stop and then stand up, and then you can't really do anything. Anyways, that was good. I still liked Rotten Stigma more. Alright, so still need to get the next gift. And then read the 2 comic pages. Parting words.
Hi there, my name is Connor Rush. I'm a 20-year-old college student from West Virginia, and I'm the dude that made Fire Games. I made this company when I was 10 years old, and the name definitely has not aged poorly. You may know me from making video games like Summerland, or TikToks, like this one. In a legal sense, I'm a CEO, but I usually like to end my
Might
game
have to
with a
censor
small
that.
text message saying thank you for giving my game the time of day. But this time, I decided to go all out and make a video because as of recording this, I finished developing We Never Left. And I still have 2 weeks until DreadX needs my build. So if you're watching this, congratulations, that means you beat the game. Or I decided to post this on YouTube like a year after releasing it. I can't help myself. I thrive off the attention of strangers online. But I would personally and sincerely like to thank you for purchasing DreadX Collection 5 and giving We Never Left a shot. I don't know, you might have pirated it. If that's the case, lock your windows at night. This was my first attempt at doing horror, like, ever, so I'd really like to thank DreadXP, in particular Abby Scruncho Smith, who initially reached out to me, for giving me this opportunity. And you know, I did learn a lot of lessons while making this game, while simultaneously going to college, being the frontman for a band, writing the script for a different game, and maintaining a social media presence. And that lesson is that you're never too young to day drink. Give me the drink. Thank you, Casey, very much. And if you haven't finished the collection yet, I really encourage you to go check out all of the other amazing games made by the other incredible developers. Unless, of course, their game is better than mine. In that case, they can go rot in hell. All jokes aside, I really do appreciate all of you for being here, playing the game. I appreciate DreadXP for inviting me, all of the other developers for encouraging me. Just thank you all in general. I sincerely mean it. Now I'm going to start spouting off social medias. If you press the space bar on your keyboard, it's this one. If you tap the space bar, it'll pause the video. You can read, check out my socials. Yeah. I'm probably most active on TikTok. I know, embarrassing, but this is my TikTok if you're interested. If you'd like to keep up with development on Twitter, go check me out here. If you want to check me out on Instagram, here's my personal account. It also links back to the Fire Games account if that's something you're more interested in. And finally, if you just want to check out Fire Games, we have a website, firegames.com. Easy to remember. Yeah. Thank you all very much, and take care. Oh, God. Jesus Christ. Is this... Casey, this is straight vodka.
Did you not want actual vodka?
No!
Why not?
We're doing props. That was water.
See, my only complaint about that game was the text adventure word processing engine was way too strict and hard-coded. He made it way overcomplicated, and he didn't have to. He could have made it so much simpler, saved himself a lot of work. Alright. So, like, this is where you would be picking up the comic page. But for some reason, when you shut down the game after unlocking the game and then come back, the page is just on the table. You don't have to actually launch the game, it'll just be on the table. So now I need to find another comic page. It's building. Here's the other comic page, so let's go ahead and read. So we have this. And at the end of this series, I will go back over the entire comic. So I ran to Mom. I'd never been so scared in my whole life. Slam. I was screaming and crying just like a baby, but I didn't care. I tried to tell her it was real, that it tried to kill me, but... Crack. She dragged me back to my room and told me not to interrupt your shows again. Who are the real monsters? I didn't know what to do. Hungry. We'll feed. Survive. Feast, famished, devour, fill. I didn't know what to do, so I did something brave. Hello. R. I keep forgetting. R is the button. R for read, maybe? Now I'm in the kitchen. Hand. A severed hand. Some of the fingers are missing. Do I have to find the fingers and put them back on the hand? Security. Locked. Frozen fish fingers. Right. Okay, now I'm holding this. Oh. Do I have to put them in specific shelves? All employees must read. Due to budget cuts, the oven will only run when a full order is ready to be cooked. That means you'll have to load at least 3 items into the oven before turning it on. There should not be an empty damn space in that oven. So, you know, put the shit that cooks the quickest at the bottom. If it's not finished, don't worry about it. These kids eat each other's boogers. Big boy. Okay. The quickest on the bottom. I think that makes sense. You have little fish fingers that are small and have high surface area, and then you have a pizza, and then you have a deep dish. Yeah, that's not right. Okay, so maybe I have the right theory, but the fish fingers take the longest for some reason. Okay. You said put the shit that cooks the quickest at the bottom. Okay, I guess I'm just going to brute force all 6 permutations of this. Quiche fish pizza. What the hell? Oh, I can run. Okay, cool. What does the note say? Aaron fucking lost it today. Someone said something about their hands not being theirs anymore. Crazy bastard got through 3 fingers before we even noticed. Listen, they do not pay me enough to go find his fucking fingers. Oh, here's the present. So what's over here? So then there's this. Door is stuck in one budge. So this will definitely be a place to look. Budge. Yeah, okay, so all these doors are locked. As usual, I'm going to lock vestige, and that'll be in the next video. See you in the next video.